Hey guys, guess who?
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus Christ, our Lord.
Guys, before I forget, if you ordered a shirt, they are running a little bit late, but they will be to you soon. I swear to God, they will get to you soon. If you haven't ordered a shirt, if you haven't order a shirt, click below. It's puts below. Well, guys, do you ever wonder what would life look like through the eyes of an escaped maniac? Well, now we can know, because we can look at some hot topics through the eyes of This Week in Benny Shapano.
This Week in Benny Shapano.
When there's an alternative to the legacy media that people actually watch and engage with, it's very bad for left-wing narratives, because sometimes it just exposes bad things that people on the left are doing. So, for example, now it's a national issue.
Yeah.
Apparently, there was a Drag the Kids to Pride family-friendly drag show.
Oof.
Now, if you're wondering what the hell a family-friendly drag show is, the answer is it doesn't exist. It is a contradiction in terms. But there was a family-friendly drag show at a Dallas bar called Mr. Mister. Get it? Like Mr. Mister? because it's a drag bar, right? Which you might wonder.
Sarcastic. Being very catty about this, bro.
Why it's appropriate for small children to be visiting any bar, let alone a drag bar.
So this is the thing that these booger lips are pretending to be upset about this week, which they'll forget about in like 10 minutes, which is there's some drag show in Dallas where you could bring your kids to it. So it was like a pride thing where they were doing a fundraiser for some LGBTQ youth organization or something. So a handful of parents brought their kids to watch dancing, which I believe should be illegal, actually. I do think dancing should be illegal.
The organizers say today was a family-friendly event with a safe environment separate from their normal operations.
Okay.
Woo! Party. And if you can't see the video, this is a drag performer in what appears to be like a bondage stripper outfit, gyrating up and down.
Hold on. What were you going to say, man?
Bondage stripper outfit, gyrating up and down.
They're gyrating up and down. Very similar to that heathen Elvis Presley, rotating those hips in that unavoidably magnetic, erotic way that makes everybody feel movements in the pants.
So I like that he's like, this is a bondage stripper outfit. I mean, first of all, have you watched the Super Bowl halftime show in the past 40 years or whatever? And second of all, this drag queen, I'm assuming it's a drag, I don't know that, you know.
I'm not canceled, bro. It's puts below.
But this drag queen is way more covered than like a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader. Which does, I wouldn't be surprised if Ban wanted to ban cheerleaders too. You know, he's like,
I can't concentrate. I'm too aroused.
He's at a Sixers game. You know, he's like,
James isn't the only thing that's hardened right now, if you catch my drift. Ben, come on. Yeah, come on. I like to joke. I like to joke around.
And behind this drag performer is a sign that says it's not going to lick itself. And so, people...
Uh-oh, tippy tap, Ben.
It's not going to lick itself.
I'm getting a tip-tap going. It's an anger one. I tap my pen out of anger. You better watch out. When this paper-made ink joy gets to tapping, that ass is gonna get to clapping. Okay, I don't know. That one doesn't really make sense, but you get it. You get it, morons.
The right is covering this sort of stuff. No wonder they want to shut it down, because any parent with half a brain, gay, straight, or otherwise, looks at this and goes, this is not appropriate for kids. Are you out of your damned minds? What is wrong with you people? Like what?
Oh, that pen's about to start tapping. I can feel it. You know, there's a little bit of a consistency problem here. Little.
A fallacy. There's a fallacy.
There's a little bit of a problem. Little bit of a muchos problemos here. This is just a couple months ago. Same guy. What's his name? Benny Shakino. This is him just a couple months ago.
The left believes that your children are theirs to control, and parents are fighting back because Democrats have basically declared their allegiance to a progressive left that believes that your children do not belong to you. And so whenever Democrats now say that they are acting on behalf of the children, it sounds a lot like you're acting on behalf of my children against me.
Ben, okay, sorry, bro, sorry, please, sir, sorry. I don't want any trouble, sir, please. Yeah, kind of weird. That's kind of... That seems a little inconsistent, bro. You know, don't tell me how to raise my kids. Don't tell me how to raise my kids. Now get out there and play in the middle of the street.
It sounds a lot like you're acting on behalf of my children against me.
Don't tell me how to raise my little putrid kids. Fast forward just a couple months. These parents who brought their kids to a thing I don't like, this shouldn't be allowed. And literally now, in Texas, they're passing laws. This is what these guys spend their time doing. There's two things Texas lawmakers spend their time doing. One is tuchus play. They do that. They're playing with their tuchus all day. And then second is passing laws, YouTube-based laws.
It sounds a lot like you're acting on behalf of my children against me.
Don't tell me how to raise my kids. By the way, don't raise your kids like that.
Yay!
He is the best YouTuber, Ben. I mean, he's endless content. You know, Ben, it might not lick itself, but you just licked yourself. Hi, I'm RM Brown.
Appropriate for kids. Are you out of your damned minds? What is wrong with you people?
Whoa.
Like what?
Oh, geez.
This has nothing to do with the sexual orientation of the parents or friends or what you think about things like gay marriage.
Calm down, bro.
Why are children attending a gay bar?
So if you're a smart parent, you know, living in America, you want to show your kids different aspects of American culture. Ben says no.
It sounds a lot like you're acting on behalf of my children against me.
Jeez.
But this is why the media have to argue in favor of censorship of right-wing sources, because the minute that stuff becomes public,
right,
it gets very, very ugly for folks on the left.
Oof. You know, now that we're talking about the media not covering things, I'm a little surprised that Ben Shapiro didn't cover. He's really concerned about inappropriate things with children. What I'm about to show you is from 2017. I don't know why. I don't know. Ben's super pro-life. Ben's super pro-life, by the way. I'm not sure why he didn't show this, because this seems a little inappropriate to me.
There's a court battle in Kentucky over the right to protest outside the last clinic in that state that performs abortions.
Oof.
Anna Werner is in Louisville.
It's disturbing for patients. It's intimidating. It is discrimination against women. It's their choice to...
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I can't see too good. I don't have my contacts in. I can't... Let me clear this up. Let me clear this out real quick. Probably just seeing this wrong. But are those parents forcing their children to carry around a baby coffin through the streets of Kentucky? Doesn't seem traumatic. Doesn't seem like a traumatic thing to do to a child. My kid's walking around with a tiny coffin through the streets of Kentucky? That's okay. People dancing? No! End of civilization. But while I was looking for that stuff, I found something actually, I think I found my new job.
What's up, guys? They are in full force today.
Shelley began to broadcast her confrontations and interactions with protesters on TikTok.
Mind your own business, please.
Mom, please turn away from here. You're an image bearer of God. You're beautifully and wonderfully made.
Is that enough? Have you had enough? Is that enough of feeling really self-righteous this morning?
I don't think that most people have a realistic picture.
You know, I kind of feel a lot sorry for these abortion protesters. They just kind of, they're whatever. But I didn't know this exists, but this is in Nebraska. And this lady's job is to, she's an abortion clinic escort. Because people gather around. They're like, 9 a.m., time to go yell at these women. And so she kind of heckles the hecklers, which, just regardless of the abortion issue and all that crap, I would just like to get into problems with people all day. They're like, yeah, stop it. And I'm like, hey, moron, shut up. That's sort of my dream job, actually. So all these nerds are, filling some time on their little shows with this crap. And of course, the original Ben Shapiro, Tucker Carlson. He put this on his, he did a segment about this too, and it looks like he had a friend on the inside, a protester friend. Does Tucker Carlson have friends, do you think? I don't know. But he knows this guy. He's like, that's my guy. He was there protesting this.
So there were a small number of brave protesters outside. One of them was our friend Alex Stein. He tried to get into the event because it was a public event, disgusting and probably illegal. And so he was assaulted.
Oh, no. Pushing this guy around. Oh no. Get off me! Ah! I like how these guys made such a big social media event out of this. They got the 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 DSLR with the stabilizer. They're like, we're gonna get some good content out of this. We're going to get some good content out of this. And then this guy's like, oh, get off me! Oh, Jesus! Man, I think I looked really cool in that video. I think I look really, I hope Tuck puts that on so that 80 million people can see it. Get off me! Get off me!
Joining us on the line is Douglas Murray, associate editor of The Spectator, based in Britain. His latest publication is The War on the West, in which Douglas talks about how the Western cultural elite have been undermining the traditions that made the West great in the first place. Douglas, great to talk to you.
You all right? You all right? What's wrong? This is another thing about Ben Shapiro. He's always talking about the West.
The West! The West! Not the East! The party's here on the West side, so I reach for my 40 and I drink it up.
A war on our culture, and of course, crucially, and this is where we really get to the overreach, a war on the peoples of the West. You see, my view is that if you tried to tell any group of people in a society that they are evil from birth, that they have nothing to be proud of, that they can never escape their birth and are just to be condemned for all eternity, it would be highly unlikely that you could persuade a minority population of that.
You know, look, I'm not perfect. I'm not a perfect guy. Because Ben Shapiro is just too easy to make fun of. Like, this is just too easy. The people of the West, the people of the West are made to feel like they're bad and wrong from birth based on things they have no control over. Ben Shapiro's like, yes, exactly. By the way, drag queens are bad, trans people are bad, gay people are bad. Come on, Ben. Come on. I mean, I would imagine that when these guys said, the West, at least part of what they mean is like freedom of expression. I would imagine they'd be like, the freedom to say what you want, except that like these guys get mad about like anyone expressing themselves in basically any other way besides the way that they do. I watched the video, that the documentary that these guys have been promoting. What is this piece of crap called? What is a Woman? And there's a part where they show this montage of people with scary music under, and they're like, look at this. Look at how scary this is. And one of the shots is just a guy wearing eyeshadow. They're like, look at this. We gotta stop this.
Well, this cultural insanity has bled all the way up to the United States militaries.
Cultural insanity.
Cultural insanity. Go, dip, dop, beep, beep. Eat it on insanity. Now my studio is moving all weird, and I got my fuzzy hat on.
Insanity has bled all the way up to the United States military. So it's Pride Month, which means it's time for the United States military to get in on the act.
Ugh.
So that's why it's a little weird. And the iconography here is so weird. The U.S. Marines put out a tweet. Throughout June, the U.S. Marine Corps takes pride in recognizing and honoring the contributions of our LGBTQ plus service members.
Right.
We remain committed to fostering an environment free from discrimination and defend the values of treating all equally. That is the weirdest iconography. Because again, the same left that despises the military apparently now thinks the military is great so long as you gay it up. Right, this is the old...
Could it be that has absolutely nothing to do with anything conceivably left, first of all? But I actually do kind of agree with Ben on that one. If that's a real image from the U.S. military, then, I mean, all these decrepit organizations and companies, they're like, hey, some free clout, pride. They tweet, pride. You know, Target, pride, we love pride. Like a gay guy works at Target, they get back to work. Can I have a day off? No! I mean, the U.S. military, you would think, with given its history, very recent history, they would be like, hey, we're going to keep quiet. Oh, no, we're just going to keep, woo. But they tweet out this image. Is this the Marines? What are the Marines? They tweet out the Full Metal Jacket, you know, kind of cover with the helmet with the bullets in the band, but the bullets are rainbow tip. That could mean like the opposite of what you're trying to. I mean, it's funny watching these Ben Shapiro videos because a lot of the time when he says stuff like this, he's like,
this is what the left wants. Pride-based military propaganda. That's what the left wants.
I'm like, it makes you think, like, if he really believes that, then maybe we should start like a GoFundMe or something to get Ben Shapiro some like community college, like political science and history classes to get kind of the basics on this stuff. which I also think would be a great movie, like an 80s, like back to school movie where Ben Shapiro actually learns to loosen up, stop being a nerd. He learns to party. You know, he comes home with a tie, you know, like the necktie around his head.
And he's like, I was out late.
And his wife's like, you smell like marijuana.
He's like, I was having fun for once.
Question. Is this what the military is about, reaching your full potential?
Excuse me?
I was unaware that the military was now Wesleyan University.
Oh, okay.
It's strange take. I thought the military is where we bomb the living crap out of people who are going to do us harm.
Jesus,
we break things and kill people with the U.S. military.
Oh, Christ,
and we keep the peace by the threat of doing just that.
Calm
in different
down,
places.
dude.
I was unaware.
The other thing, you know, again, I made a huge mistake of not setting up a separate YouTube account to watch all this just dreck, this eye swill, this garbage. So now I'm getting like always suggested Daily Wire, ads for the Daily Wire. They're like, oh, this guy loves the Daily Wire. Hey, do you hate a lot? Here's a good video for you. I gotta hand it to the Daily Wire. They are like the Black Flag of our time. They are the Fugazi of our time, whatever. Who gives a crap? They're just like, we're going to make a document. Well, it's not because they have billionaires funding this crap, but they're like, we're going to put out our own documentary, then we're going to promote our own documentary, and then on top of that, we're going to focus group our own documentary, according to this video, if this is not fake, which it probably is.
The documentary that we're about to watch explores the hot-button issues of transgenderism.
What somebody else's truth is might not be my truth.
You know, I mean, this documentary is really, it's a YouTube video behind a paywall. And they have the money to focus group this. It's very grandiose for you. It kind of tips their hand that these guys get a little bit more money than they know what to do with it. A little bit more funding than they know what to do with it. I'm going to start focus grouping my videos, you know. They're like, oh, why is he so pale? Why does his forehead look like that? You know, because he could afford to lose a few pounds. I'll be like, get out! I didn't pay you for this. You shits.
Needs to be something other than that.
What we are talking about is a revolution.
All along the Daily Wire Tower, yeah. Debunk, yeah.
Sexual freedom makes you happy.
To understand the sexual revolution of the 1960s,
oh my God.
we have to understand first.
Wait a second. Look at that fit. Look at that fit. Hold on. Let me get a look at that fit.
Or, as William Blake put it, sooner murder an infant in its cradle than nurse unacted desires.
Jesus, Ben.
As philosopher Carl Trueman writes, the foundation for the sexual revolution was set during this particular period, where in the writings of Jean-Jacques Rousseau, which suggested that human nature ought to be unbound from the...
Ooh, speaking of clean fits, look at that. Look at Jean-Jacques, bro. Got the little powdered wig, dude. You got the little bandages around the neck.
Motherhood being replaced, all in order to, quote, end the tyranny of the biological family.
Thank you.
All of this nonsense would likely have remained fringe were it not for the invention of the pill, disconnecting sex from reproduction, and thus turning decisions regarding sex into political decisions, granting heroism to hedonism. Sexual relationships were made common.
Yep.
Promiscuity was treated as a virtue rather than a vice. Marriage was seen as old-fashioned.
So this is a series that Ben Shapiro does called
Debunked! Debunked! I debunked that ass.
Where he debunks the asses of things. I'm a Daily Wire member, guys. So, nice try. But this, he picks a topic and then he debunks its ass. So, sexual freedom. Sexual freedom makes you happy. And all these, many call them idiots.
Not me. We don't do that here.
These idiots, they're really worked up about the birth control pill.
They're like, the birth control pill is so bad.
I think Jordan Peterson has said this. Sort of is a little bit of a problem when you want to outlaw abortion and the birth control pill. That's okay.
According to Betty Friedan, marriage had turned women into walking corpses.
Ooh.
I think that there should be pensions for housewives, paid vacations for housewives. They shouldn't be completely dependent on their husbands. That all this should be recognized.
Women's marriage is unpaid labor. I mean, no woman is a free household slave for each man.
All of this was supposed to make women happier. But the promises of happiness that would come with greater sexual freedom were a mirage. Overall, women's self-reported happiness scores have declined precipitously between 1970 and 2005.
Oh!
Delaying marriage and child rearing has created an epidemic of unhappiness.
Damn, there's a very convincing case from old Benny Shabano. Sexual freedom makes you happy. That's a myth. I'm going to debunk it because women in polls, their happiness level has been going down.
And there's only one way to explain that.
Ben Shapiro's not going to like this. Ben Shapiro's not going to like this. He opened a little bit of a
can of worms. Uh-oh, those worms are all over my ass.
That's his big debunk ace in the hole is...
Women say they're unhappy.
Well, if we really wanted to go by that as the metric, what would we do? What would we do, you watching out there? Take a wild guess at what we would do to try to fix that. Well, yes, correct. One thing we would do is we would look at, are there some places where those polls say the opposite thing? And yep, there's a place.
Finland is the #1 destination to visit in 2019.
Okay.
It's the happiest country in the world, named by the United Nations. We're here to explain why Insider thinks it deserves the #1 spot on your travel bucket list.
All right, let's hear about it. Food, okay.
Finns are passionate about food. You can eat everything from reindeer meat to juicy cloud bake.
Never reindeer meat, never mind. Ugh! These people are sick.
That's always at the top of the happiness crap.
Finland. Oh, okay. I guess we got social democracy Ben now. He wants to have all this, it's for free to have a baby, basically. You don't have to pay $40,000 or whatever it is. Whatever. You have to drop a baby. You drop a baby and then you drop a bunch of cash. That's our policy here in the U.S., bro. You do this, then you do this. Actually, you do this. Then you do this. Okay, well, I'm probably here alone now after all that. He's saying, women shouldn't be free to decide. Again, this is a big belief of these people. Women shouldn't be free to decide what they want to do. No, they should be forced into families. And how?
At gunpoint.
Basically.
At gunpoint.
That's going to make them super happy. It's going to make them super happy. Not, hey, let's throw in some supports. Bunch of supports for new families. Make it very, very easy to have a family. Look into Finland, what they've been doing, these creeps have been doing over there, No. Oh, no, we're not going to, we're not going to do that. No, we're going to do...
At gunpoint. At gunpoint.
So, guys, thank you so much for watching. I would say give me a break in general. Give my ass a break. All right? Thank you. Hope you're having a good week. What is it? Wednesday. Ooh.
You think that's funny?
No, I don't.
That's on YouTube.
Yes, it is. Hope you're having a good week. Thank you so much for watching. It really, it means a lot to me. You know what I mean? Because I record all this. Something goes wrong with Adobe Premiere literally every time I try to export. So it really helps for somebody to watch this, A lot of you guys do say things that I disagree with, like...
Chinese people look Chinese.
That's not for me, but that's okay. I guess I forgive you, But thank you guys so much. Love you all.
And bye-bye.
Hey guys, you're only getting a fraction of the weekly shows. If you want a new motherfucking episode every day, subscribe on Patreon for as little as 2 bones. You get the patron-only Tuesday and Thursday shows, the Bookablega show where we look at important books, and the goddamn weekly behind-the-scenes show. And for only 25 bones, you could become a producer and get your name up here. Look at these people. These people make this show possible. If it wasn't for them, nothing. We don't have a show. We got nothing, and it's garbage. And we have to just leave. We have to just basically walk away. And we don't even really know where we're walking. That's the truly troubling part about all this. But please, become a patron today for as little as 2 bones, or 5 bones is another level, or 10, or you go the full 25 and you get up here. Big special thanks to these people. Love you guys so much.